Hello, my name is Stephanie Hasty, and I would like to talk with you about the Lebanon High School English 2 PLC School Improvement Plan. Lebanon High School is a rural high school of about 1,500 students. Our mission is to inspire a passion for learning through positive relationships, personalized experiences, and a focus on the future. Our vision is to create an adaptive learning community that empowers all learners with the knowledge, skills, and dispositions to be ready for their futures. We have three foci: student success, effective staff, and operational efficiency. I would like to focus on student success in relation to its first focus, empowering all learners with the knowledge, skills, and dispositions required for their future success. I wanted to look at the data through their graduation rate. And as you can see, we have a pretty decent graduation rate, 85% at 2013, with 95% graduating from the high school in 2017. I'm curious, however, to see if those students are successful after high school and their job, workforce, or school. We are about 50% free and reduced lunch at any given time, which I think is an interesting indicator of our poverty level. And I'm wondering if we're preparing students who have a disadvantage because of their poverty for school or the workforce, and if they are in turn are successful in our community. The third bit of data I looked at was how many students are actually attending school after high school. We have about 1.3% in 2017 attending a post-secondary technical institution, and then 23 and 26% respectively attending a 4-year college or university or a 2-year college. I still don't know, because we don't have that data, whether they're genuinely successful, how many students complete their freshman year, how many students are on academic probation after their freshman year. And I'm wondering what we can do about that at Lebanon High School. I started with 3 studies. The first is a student questionnaire that I want to address with students, talking about if they know our big learning goals for their building, our foci, if the learning goals are shared in each classroom. I want to know if the students think that their input and opinions are valued in our school. I want to know if students learn what they need to be successful for life after high school, especially in relation to our English classes. The school wants to help students achieve their goals, and if students at our school are taught to be literate in each of their classes, again with a focus on our English 2 PLC. I also created a questionnaire for former students. I was curious about if they thought after their first semester of college, if they were prepared for life after high school or the workforce. I was wondering if they were taught things necessary for a post-secondary setting. I was wondering if LHS addressed all types of students. And notice I didn't talk about what types in general, because I want them to figure out, hey, are the types me? Are they address me? There's also a space at the end of each of these questionnaires for comments should they want to identify themselves in any kind of manner. I didn't want to limit that. Is LHS valuing all aspects of literacy? Does the school want to help students achieve their goals? And our students at our school are taught to be literate in each of their classes. Again, I'm looking at this especially in relation to what that looks like in the English 2 PLC. Finally, I created a literacy monitoring tool for teachers to talk about how they use literacy in the classroom. This is something that we have done school-wide, but in this particular case, I'm focusing it on what the English 2 PLC is doing. So in terms of literacy, what kind of lesson plan are they doing? Are they addressing academic vocabulary, the vocabulary necessary for them to be successful on the EOC or the ACT? if there's a power writing formula used or not. And then there are 3 indicators for student samples. Is the student sample addressing academic vocabulary from the prompt given to them? Do they show evidence of power writing or some other form of writing? And is there a scoring guide that has been used that reflects power writing? Finally, and the most important part, is the area for reflection. I want the teachers to, after they look at the monitoring tool and after they look at a lesson plan, to look at what the students have created to see if what the students create is what they wanted addressed. I hope that they look at this bottom part, how has this feedback been beneficial, and they see maybe gaps in their instruction or gaps in what they think the students have been learning. I want to know if they're using the power writing formula and what that might look like. And then how can they apply this new learning to their next endeavor? Because I want to make this a literacy-focused school improvement plan, the CSIP I created is: students will be able to demonstrate higher order thinking by generating, gathering, and organizing information for blending writing techniques, including argumentative, narrative, and expository writing, while addressing a writing prompt to show literacy success. I made it about blended writing because that's our big focus for our end of course exam in English 2. So it's important that we review and define blended writing, looking at examples for the students. It's important that they then practice blended writing. And I like to start this as soon as possible with the second quarter in English 2. And then again, using those surveys to show progress or maybe not progress as the students matriculate into college and university or life outside of high school in terms of the workforce. The benchmarks are practice blended writing techniques in the classroom, making sure to address academic vocabulary as well. And we'll monitor that through that literacy questionnaire survey and through the PLC. So it's not like we're being graded by a principal. We are monitoring ourselves. Use blended writing techniques in a practice test prompt. Then this is the prompt directly from the state addressing 2 passages about the U.S. highway system. But again, we're going to monitor that through the literacy questionnaire survey process within our PLC. Again, not something that the principals will be monitoring, but how does this look to us and how can we translate that to the EOC and then to the students after high school? And then remediate techniques as necessary before the EOC using a common scoring guide. And again, you'll see there are words there. The writing provides thorough and convincing support, evidence for the controlling ideas and supporting ideas, etc., and so on, so that we can tell if using our scoring guide helps students be successful on the EOC. And then that language in our scoring guide hopefully moves up throughout the high school process to where at the end we can see if students are successful in their senior year of high school and if students are successful in the workforce, in their career, or in college after high school. This has been the School Improvement Plan for the English 2 PLC. Thank you for your time.